And then I'll put myself in like a box, like a mime.
I would love to put you in a box. Just like that. Why do you look so sad?
Because I'm stuck in the box, man.
Well, being in a box isn't bad.
And I'm putting my hands on the outsides because I'm stuck.
This is a great thing for an audio-only audience.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is fair. Well, I always like look at the both of us when we're talking because, you know, that's how humans have conversation normally. Right. But you're in New York and I'm in Ohio.
What about Alexander Graham Bell?
He invented the telephone. And his brother, Taco. Yeah. Imagine being from that family, dude. You know, Taco Bell. He's cooking up some pretty big things, too.
I don't think they're brothers. I think those are different guys.
I'm unsure. I think history might say otherwise.
Well, history, you can't say that like, oh, history is some guy that you know.
Yeah,
my friend History, who knows all this stuff ever.
History is like a, you know, sort of like a biblical figure, like Jesus.
It's God. Like a Father Time kind of figure.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just his name's just History.
But he's made out of like books and stuff instead of clocks.
Yeah, and he wears like a big suede jacket, like every super annoying young hot professor that you've ever had.
What? I think that's just you, man.
I don't know. Do you not think that? I feel like in every school there's always like some random super hot history teacher.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say someone who wears a big suede and not.
No, but if you think about like a stereotypical like college professor outfit, I feel like I think of like some guy with like the.
Odds are that there's just one hot teacher.
Yeah,
right.
Well, I feel like all the girls in my high school used to think that like there was one history teacher who was super hot.
I mean, I guess it's a stereotype, right? I guess like the biology teacher probably isn't super freaky, right?
Yeah. Just kind of the goat, though. He was awesome.
Okay. Do we have to bleep that out? Can we just be saying names like that?
I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't think so.
We should probably bleep that out.
We should probably bleep that out. Yeah. Anyway, that person was cool.
Like we can't just be saying our phone numbers on here.
Well, I'm not going to say my phone number.
You can call me at if you want to talk to me personally.
That's so fucked up that you can just say my phone number on this podcast.
We don't even have the same 3 starting digits. Isn't that fucked up?
You and I don't?
You're a 216, aren't you?
What the fuck are you doing right now? It's so fucked up that you would say that. Yes, I am, actually.
You're a filthy little 216 slut.
That's only
dude.
7 numbers left for anyone on the internet who's listening to this to randomly guess, and it wouldn't take that long.
They just go through all the numbers. It would take.
It would take way longer to guess all 10. I mean, am I wrong? Is that incorrect?
It would take longer, but no one's gonna get it just off of 7. Also, people know we're from northeastern Ohio. There's 2 phone numbers that we could have.
Yeah, that is true. Are you 440?
Yeah, I'm 440.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I think I went to like when I got my first phone, my parents just went to a Verizon that was like just over the line. You know, because I live in a 216.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And my parents are 216, but I'm 440.
Because I don't live in a 216.
Yeah.
And I am 216. Yeah, because our home phone number, well, we don't have a home phone anymore, thank God.
Oh, do you remember home phones, dude?
I'm so glad we got rid of that shit.
And it was always like, you know, you call some like rich family to go on like a play date or whatever, and they have like their kid doing like this is the Richmond's residence. You should pick, you know, fucking leave your message
leave us a
with your
voicemail.
name. And then they always ask for like some asinine information. Like you don't fucking need
Drop your social security number in the chat if you'd like to have a play date with me.
Yeah. They're like, let us know what day you're calling on and whether it was raining outside. Shut the fuck up, dude. No one cares. You don't need that. You know who the fuck I am. I know your phone number. You don't need.
Let us know what your luck stat was when you watched TV this morning in your Stardew Valley house.
It's just so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
We should bring home phones back, though, because I feel
like I don't miss it. Okay, actually, you know what? I take that all back. If I could only be reached if I was like at my home phone, I think that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I was talking to my coworkers the other day. They were like, yeah, well, you know, when I was a kid, like we didn't have cell phones. So if you know, like if you weren't in the office, your boss couldn't call you even if they wanted to.
I just think it's fire to have like a separate phone number for people who like aren't cool enough to have to be able to text you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I guess
not a
this is
bad
what
idea.
Google
I just
Voice
don't want
is
to pay.
for, but like,
I just don't want to pay for 2 phones.
yeah, or 2 phone numbers.
Yeah, I guess I could just have 2 on the same.
But
phone,
it was always like no one ever wanted a home phone. It was like Spectrum is like, oh, we'll throw it in there for $5 more if you buy internet also.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh,
And
well, I mean,
cable.
$5 for a phone. That seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
And now they have a monopoly over the.
Spectrum already fucks me in the ass. Why not let them come inside? Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. It's in the butt.
It's just
it doesn't
the
really
next
make a
step,
difference.
right? Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. We're more back than ever today.
We're more back than we've fucking ever been, ever. It's actually crazy.
I've moved back into my apartment, which I'm very happy to do because the internet here is much better.
Yeah. Oh
and
my God, dude.
I can finally solo queue Valorant again and
We played Rocket League
want to
today,
die. Yeah.
which was a big move for us.
It's a big move. I don't know what it's been recently. We've been on a Rocket League kick.
Yeah,
I don't
think it just
know
comes
what
and goes.
happened.
I've been playing much less Valorant the past few months because I haven't really been able to play with you. But I feel like now that you're back.
I mean, many people say this Valorant isn't worth playing if you're not playing it with me. So
Yeah, I mean, I solo queue
because I'm all
the time.
girly pop, I make it fun for the boys. You know,
I didn't like that. Hey, I got a little bit of girly pop in me. I have fun.
What's the most girly pop thing you've done?
Like in my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably worn glitter makeup.
Have you done
game.
that?
Oh, yeah.
That's really funny because you don't care about football at all.
No, then the only reason that they got
And
me
I
to go
do.
and the only reason they got me to go and be excited about it is because they told me I could wear sparkle makeup.
That was the nail in the coffin. But you weren't like, oh, I can get like a hot pretzel and hang out with my friends.
Straight up, they were like, we'll let you wear glitter on your face. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I'll so do it. I don't know, man. Life's supposed to be fun. I don't know. The only time I like watching the boys throw around the old pig skin is, I don't know, it's just not that interesting.
You know, I didn't like football for a long time, and I still don't, so don't get it twisted. But I gained a newfound appreciation for it because you can be a nerd about sports. I didn't realize this. Apparently, there's people who, when they watch football, they're like, oh, fucking player 88 has like 200 rushing yards this season or something, and that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. I mean, I just, that's why I think it's so, like
I didn't
stupid.
care about Brett Favre until I found out that he's thrown more interceptions than any other quarterback lifetime. And I was like, that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
You know
honestly.
what I'm saying? Like, it's just never-ending fun facts about people you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same thing with like video games. I just think that's why I always got butthurt about it when I was younger. Because I was like, okay, well, I'm not making fun of them for liking fucking like John McBain or whoever the fuck the quarterback for the famous team that like the city you live in is.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's the best quarterback in all the NFL right now. And I'm like, yeah, well, I want to play Mario.
Dude,
And they're like, Mario's not real.
I'm wearing a Browns jersey right now, which I didn't own until about a month ago, which I'll tell that later. But I found out because I was doing research on the Browns. Because I'm from Cleveland, I feel like I should know something about the Browns.
Yeah, we have a little bit of
especially if I'm
pride.
gonna know if I'm gonna wear the jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was looking stuff up. The first like great quarterback for the Browns, or I guess like the only one basically, and he wasn't even like that great or whatever. His name, Tim Couch.
Couch is a fire last name.
Fire name. And he's like, he has a famous quote that's just like, he just said something to the tune of, the Browns are not a football team. They're just like a bunch of guys.
And now he's famous.
Yeah, which kind of sums up that sports enterprise's history.
Yeah,
Or I
we're
guess
pretty
franchise is the word I was looking for. But
good. Well, yeah, we're
no, we're
pretty good team.
famously not good though, is the thing.
Yeah. But we have grit. We do have one of the loudest fan bases in all of the NFL.
I think every team says that.
Yeah, maybe.
Isn't it like there was
I'm just believing things that I hear.
I think it was Seattle where they have like a domed football field or whatever.
Really?
And they're
That's
like
cool.
actually pretty loud, but like one of the first games in the new dome, they were being super loud like usual, and then all the sound reverberated off like the ceiling of the dome, and then it like registered like a 0.1 earthquake or whatever, which is kind of crazy.
That's actually kind of badass.
You know what I'm saying?
It's awful for your ears, and I'm sure that everyone there will suffer hearing damage later in life. But like for marketing purposes,
suffering hearing damage is just kind of the ticket to having fun.
Yeah, it kind of is.
In a way, you know what I mean? Like you can't go to a concert without hearing damage anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I should just like, I don't know. I went to Lollapalooza like 2 weeks ago and I should have just brought earplugs and I didn't.
Yeah,
So,
I just
that's
don't want to
on
be a
me.
bitch.
Yeah.
To be honest, you know what I mean?
It's so much more enjoyable when I can hear all the music.
Yeah. Here's the thing about, and maybe this is a hot take, I don't know. I'm not involved in the music festival discourse, but I feel like most concerts, they just put the volume too high.
Yeah, they could make it lower.
Like they could make it lower and still have everyone hear for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, there are actually sometimes where like the bass is so loud and powerful from like speakers at a concert that like my chest physically like hurts and like I feel ill because my stomach is going wah.
But
like,
sometimes
I don't like this.
Sometimes the song is so loud that I can't fucking tell what song it is.
Yeah.
And I want to go there to appreciate the music because I'm a music appreciator.
Yeah, that's like the whole damn point.
That's the whole damn point, bro. Is my ears want to be pleasured.
Yeah, there are so many bands, especially I feel like
I want the bands to pleasure in my ears.
Yeah. I always used to be like, oh, like I don't get why people are fucking like going to concerts all the time. And I feel like the more concerts I've been to, the more live music I've listened to, I'm like, oh my God, I totally fucking get it. Like watching music live is just so much better than listening to it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm so excited for the JPEG concert. It's going to be so sick.
It's going to be very fun. It's also
especially because
it's also fun because you don't know anything about it.
Well, I will do some listening
I
before we
will
go.
make you study up.
Yeah,
for sure.
I still got like a month and a half.
Yeah, you got time. I'll make you a playlist you can shuffle or something like that. But yeah, Zach and I went to the JPEG Mafia concert when he was touring last summer with Danny Brown because they were touring for their collab album. And that show was awesome. And I was like, Zach, we got to go to the new one because he just released an album a couple weeks ago or something like that. That show is going to be super fun.
I think both of you independently said that it was potentially the best concert that you've ever been to.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to a lot of concerts, so you got to like take that with a grain of salt. I've been to like 4 concerts, and one of them you can't even count because it was with the trans-siberian orchestra. Which is like
that's pretty sick.
It's not a concert, it's just a show. Like the main demographic for that show was like people above the age of 50. So
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
If you don't know, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is it's like a Christmas band. Basically, they basically just do Christmas music, but they have like a full ass band. Like they have like a normal rock band instruments plus like orchestra backing related stuff.
I mean, their cover of Carol of the Bells fucking still gives me chills.
Yeah, it's fire, don't get me wrong. But then when they try and tiptoe into like original music writing, it's like, what are we doing here, man? But my stepdad, who is also a cop, he eats that shit up. He's like,
does he
this
really?
Shit is fire. Yeah. So I mean that's like, you got to understand, that's part of my concert experience, and I don't know how much credit you want to give to that.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that would still be like a cool experience.
It was a cool experience. It was less about the music though, and more about like the show that they were putting. Because it was like they had like fucking ginormous jumbotron screens where they were like trying to tell like a Christmas story about like a fucking little girl who comes to like love her family or some stupid bullshit like that.
Nice.
And it was about that as much as it was about like the music itself, but. There was like one cool part where this guy had like he was playing the guitar and it was like a glow in the dark guitar.
That's sick as hell.
But that's really like the peak of the experience, to be honest.
Yeah, one of my like core childhood memories, I remember, like Playhouse Square in Cleveland?
Yeah, dude.
My school, like my first grade fucking Montessori school.
Did you go to the
fucking 1 year.
The Christmas Story play?
Oh, I was going to say, we went to this, like, it wasn't a musical. It was just, like, I don't even really know how to describe it. I mean, they played music, but there were no words, like, sung whatsoever. It was, like, a show that was entirely glow in the dark. And they had these, like, giant, like, dinosaur puppets.
What the fuck?
It sounds, if I'm remembering it now, I feel like it's, like, an experience that you would have if you were, like, super high.
Yeah.
But they just had this, like, it was really, really well, like, choreographed, I feel like would be the best way of putting it. But like, and the scores of the music were like really good, and it was like this story about like this guy fighting a dinosaur. I don't remember all the details because I was like 9.
It sounds sick as
like,
hell for someone who's like 9.
This show was so cool. I remember I was like, damn, I didn't realize like how cool, like, just like the existence of the black light was.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude.
Black lights are so funny. Because, like, once you pass a certain age, the only use for a black light is, like, finding cum on your walls or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think
But then after a certain age range, it becomes a tool for, like, finding ghosts.
Yeah.
You know?
Because at the point where you're looking for ghosts, you definitely aren't looking for cum anymore.
No, definitely not. If you're looking for ghosts, you're, like, you're, like, approaching retirement. Because no one can do that for a job. Unless you're like one of those, if you're on Ghost Hunters TV, I guess. You ever watch any of those?
I think I did like for a little bit when I was like probably like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I don't know what that, like the MTV, or not MTV.
MTV Cribs.
Not MTV Cribs. Fucking, is it TLC, the Learning Channel? I feel like that's some shit that you would see
it's
on
also
TLC.
on like I think.
I love that Discovery's like a history channel during the day that like once it hits like 6 p.m. they're like, aliens built the pyramids and now they're in the government. That shit's so tight.
And lizards put fucking gold inside of your stomach for fun.
We need to bring back like
something.
that era of television.
In what way?
Like in like entertainment programming. And I know that it's just nostalgic for me and that's why I think it's good. But like, I don't know. I feel like the little like mystical exploration of like, like folklore and fairy tales and stuff like that is cool.
I don't think you've seen what they're doing on YouTube like this. Like this is all the new generation of this is calling Among Us at 3 a.m. while drinking
but that's
the
like
Fortnite
not
chug jug.
No, I have seen that and it's just not as good.
I think it's better.
You think it's better?
Yeah, I think it's way better.
Okay.
Because it's like, I don't know. It's with the old like ghost hunting shit. There's like an air of like, you could tell these guys are like full of shit. Or when I was young, when I was like 9, I used to be super into. There was a show where it was like they were trying to prove that Bigfoot was real.
Oh yeah.
I was so into this shit. I was like, Mom, we gotta get home from cross country practice because there's a new episode tonight
of like Bigfoot unearthed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like dead ass. Yeah. And it was just like 40 minutes of them like fucking banging a giant stick on a tree and being like, ooh, like
being like, that's what he would sound like if he was here. And then you would like hear
there's always some guy
speaker.
with like a big fucking like a megaphone or whatever, and he's like holding it up to his ear, and he's like, I think we heard something. We got to take it back to the computer and analyze.
We got to take it back. We got to run that back through the system.
I think it's like, I think this is an SNL bit, but it's like they fucking, like they play it back or whatever, and it's just someone like farting, like really quietly.
that is
and then
kind
they're
of
like,
an SNL bit.
They got to like turn the volume up a little bit, and it farts again. And then they're like, slow it down, slow it down. I think they're trying to say something.
Yeah,
no, but just... I don't know. I think the Among Us is a little bit better because at least it's like
more genuinely fake. Do you think is that?
Yeah,
That's
and that makes it.
better?
I think that makes it funnier. Whereas,
I guess that's
like
fair.
when they're trying to be adults about it, it's like, oh, you can tell like they're really just fucking, like they're just trying to pull this shit to get paid, and it's just lame.
Yeah, but like,
right? Like
maybe
it's just sad because they're like grown adults and stuff.
I mean, I guess, but like, I think at least if they're like, even if they know that they're like faking it, like it's entertainment. Like at the end of the day, it's all fake.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would so much rather watch entertainment about like someone making up history about like how the pyramids were constructed, as opposed to someone being like, oh, I've drank the Among Us potion at 3 a.m. and now I'm going to go jump into a vent to see if I'm the sussy imposter and I kill anyone.
So funny though.
It is funny, but it's like a different, it's not a different audience, but it just has like a different, the subject matter I think is important. You know?
What's the subject matter of the Among Us potion at 3 a.m.?
Like a Among Us. Like I just feel like it's a video game. Like I need them to stop milking that shit and just make the game good. If there's a movie, it's gonna suck and it's gonna be awful. I know we were talking about this earlier.
There's not gonna be an Among Us movie.
You fucking know there will be.
No.
You know it. You know it.
I think what's the name of the team? It's like ape something. It's
Intersloth?
Like Intersloth. I think they're too genuine to do that.
I hope so. They're apparently like good developers and they're nice to their staff.
Yeah, I mean it was like 3
based.
guys starting out or whatever.
Yeah.
They seem like normal people, and their like Twitter account I remember was like ran by like a normal person.
Normal human person instead of an intern
like
that they pay
yeah.
like breadcrumbs and $7 an hour.
I don't know. I think there's a difference between there's a difference between like genuinely trying to make something seem real as like a grift versus just saying, you know what, everyone knows this is bullshit. Let's just fucking have fun with it.
I guess that's fair. But I guess in my mind, that's like what I think. Like I feel like they're getting really into like the History Channel, like Discovery Channels type stuff.
Yeah, I also think like Discovery Channel like knows what they're doing, right?
Oh yeah,
they're like, these people are insane, and they would make a really good TV show.
Let's throw them.
Let's give them
it's just
$2
like
million.
It's just like people in their 30s who have decided that they want to get into improv, and they're like, all right, guys, you're like, you know, the goal of this session is that you're going to try and come up with lore about the pyramids, but you have to make it believable. And then they got a show for like 2 seasons.
And then the first thing they go to is aliens.
Yeah.
And now they sell like t-shirts.
Yeah.
Which is cool, I guess.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I think people very much underestimate, I think we talked about this before, but like the construction of the pyramids and just, it's like, oh my God, they were made so long ago.
Yeah, Imhotep, a real genius of his time.
long.
Imhotep seems stupid now because the foundations, no pun intended, of what he did to the field of engineering just changed the way we do it forever. It's similar to how like the Beatles were the first people to like mix music.
Be British,
really.
Yeah.
Or the Beatles were the first to use like a distortion of basically any kind in their guitars. But now everyone does it.
Yeah, I know.
So their music seems tame in comparison when looking back today, which is why people are like, oh, the Beatles
right, because
are
there's just so many examples.
underrated. Right.
Well, and I don't even mean from the design of the pyramids. I mean like that they were able to build something so large in a time that they didn't have. Like I can understand why people would be like, oh, it doesn't make sense that given the technology, you know, they weren't able to, like, there's no way that they wouldn't have been able to build that without the help of like aliens.
Yeah. It's also crazy just because like the tallest thing humanity had built was the pyramids until we built like the Eiffel Tower. like
Yeah.
8,000 years later.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I think it was like, I don't even remember what the exact gap was, but it's like hundreds of years.
But like tall things didn't need to be built. There was like no reason.
Right. It's like
Until like radio became a thing. And then they were like, shit, we need a radio that's tall or whatever.
We need to put the receiver up there so that the waves aren't interrupted.
I don't
by all the
fucking
funny lame buildings.
know how that shit works, dude. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just invisible waves that you can't see, and somehow it has the human voice in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, whoever discovered that is insane.
That's kind of wild, man.
There are a lot of things beyond my knowledge. Maybe the internet has tainted my intellect.
You know, I watched something recently that's tainted my intellect.
And what is that?
The Adin Ross stream with Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't actually like watched or heard anything about this other than from you. So I need.
I've seen. Yeah, I just sent you like a screen cap of it. It was so fucking funny.
I know. I thought it was like fake at first, and then I had to look it up. And then you were like, "Dude, this is the funniest shit ever."
It's hilarious.
I was like, "God damn it!"
Because the stream's only like an hour or whatever. Because Trump's time is valuable. Okay, he can't give his whole day. He's trying to win the presidency. He's got things to do. He can't spend his whole day with Adin Ross, I guess.
An absolute degenerate.
Which, I mean, is unfortunate because who doesn't want to spend a whole day with Adin Ross, right?
I don't.
But
I'm sure he's fine. But
it's so funny. It's like there's like there's like a peanut gallery sitting behind them. They're in like this ornate kind of like British Parliament looking ass room. I don't know how to describe it.
And the screenshot you sent me, I think that's actually a very good description. The use of peanut gallery is perfect.
It looks like a Senate hearing room, kind of a little bit, or it looks like a really upscale like dining room in a castle.
Yeah,
you know, and whatever. Like Trump comes in and everybody claps and stuff like that, and Aiden gives him like a Rolex, and then they do this fun game which you should totally play with your friends at home. Which is
it's so funny that they streamed it on Kik also.
Adin Ross, he plays a YouTube video of the video is just photos of different people, and the whole game is Trump needs to say one word about each of the people that he sees on the screen. Like it's
a really bad idea.
Like it's a toddler. Like this is a thing you would give to a toddler to entertain.
Yeah, you would.
Like it would be a video and a ball would show up and the toddler goes ball. Like Trump is being asked to do effectively the same thing, but instead it's Kanye West instead of a triangle.
That's and he goes, "Yay!"
Yeah.
Next question.
And then Adin is like, "Okay, I have a big gift for you outside." So they're like on the way to go outside, and then XQC shows up for some reason. XQC is there. He was on production for this shoot.
I can't imagine that being my life.
And XQC, he's wearing a t-shirt. Like everyone else is like dressed in suits, like very formal attire. XQC is dressed in a white t-shirt with a picture of Trump with grills on. And he shakes the president's hands. He's like, "Yo, it's
his existence is so fucking funny to me."
It's so funny to see like a guy who got famous for playing Overwatch shake the hand of the former president.
I just think it's funny because I'm sure that XQC is probably like, I know he gets into a lot of trouble sometimes, and I don't really know that much about him as a person, but he seems like fine. But he's just like so reserved, I feel like it seems like, and now he has all this money and is like put in the public eye all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like the shot of him like at the NBA game where he's like on the side of the court and he's just like curled up into a ball in the chair is so fucking funny to me.
Oh man, he just keeps getting himself into these weird situations, and I don't understand how it happens, man.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the shirt right now. This is
it's so funny, dude.
It's a damn good shirt.
That's a fire ass shirt. If I had that shirt, I would wear it every day for a week. It's so fire.
This is awesome.
And then like they walk outside where Adin shows Trump that he got him a Tesla Cybertruck wrapped in a photo of Trump's assassination attempt.
I forgot that that's actually what it was when
Which
you
is
told me that.
That's crazy that one, you can get it wrapped like that. That's,
Yeah.
and two, that it needed to be a Cybertruck for some reason.
Because it's just the fucking car right now.
It
Everyone's like
just the
fucking
car.
obsessed with that.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I mean,
think
hey,
that-
man,
I think that stream, like, I lost a couple brain cells watching it for sure. And then Adin revealed later that the Tesla wasn't even his, nor was it a gift. It was just a rental.
Okay, so then how the fuck does he have a wrap on it then?
I don't. Like, did they unwrap it? You can unwrap it, right?
Yeah.
But that's like not, it's like time consuming. It's like not the easiest thing to do in the world if you don't want to damage the car, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to have a professional do that. You can't just like peel it off the screen on your phone.
Yeah, I mean you could. I just would definitely not recommend doing that.
I mean, it's put on there like pretty good.
These images from this stream are like some of the craziest photos
They're
I've ever seen
legendary
in my whole life. Yeah.
It's all time, dude.
I think regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on, this is like kind of sick.
This is why SNL is washed, because you can't write this.
No, you
just
can't.
can't.
We've actually gotten to a point that the stuff that happens in real life is just way more
It's just way funnier.
wild and crazier than I think that you could possibly write in a room of writers.
You could just say true facts, and it's
Whoever the fuck
it's
is
so
writing
funny.
like the plot for this season of the downfall of our country is they're on some
civilization.
shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Shit's been crazy recently.
So I don't know, man. I'm trying to think what else happened while we were kind of on hiatus there for a little bit.
I think didn't Biden step down like
Oh yeah,
while we
Biden
were-
dropped out.
Biden dropped out.
Mm-hmm. He decided that he just couldn't talk so good no more.
Thank fucking
The
God.
debate was crazy.
It was, oh my God, yeah. I forgot, yeah, that happened while we were on break, right?
Yeah.
It made it so much worse for me when someone, like, everyone started, like, posting videos comparing, like, the presidential debate between, like, President Obama and Mitt Romney when they were, like, running against each
by
other for
comparison,
presidency.
it looked like they were like sitting at a coffee table.
And they were, like,
in
actually, they just, like,
Starbucks.
respected each other. And they were like, oh, you know, like...
Yeah, they were just chilling.
They were, like, cracking jokes at each other, too. Obama's
Some
like, oh, yeah,
Greek
you know,
symposium type shit.
me and Michelle are celebrating our anniversary this week, actually.
Me and Michelle, we're fucking raw.
We're fucking raw tonight. Mitt, let me tell you,
We're just
it's
fucking
great.
raw. I'm gonna be honest. I just forgot the condoms. I'll just pull out. It's what-
And Mitt goes, well, Mr. Obama, President Obama,
President.
that's based as hell. And like, they just like, it's not
If
that
my wife
obviously-
wasn't so conservative, I'd bust raw on her too. Quite frankly.
You know, honestly, yeah, nice. But he like congratulates him, and he's like, "Oh, like, you know, I'm so glad that you get to spend your anniversry here with me, right? Isn't this exactly where you want to be?" And then they like have a good laugh about it. But like Trump and Biden are not here; they're just like, "You're the sucker. You're the sucker. Oh, I'm not the sucker. You're the sucker." It's
This
like,
guy's
shut the fuck
handicap
up.
in golf is a 6.
There's no way that his handicap
There's
is
no
a
way
6.
it's a 4. There's no, or whatever it was.
It can't possibly be that high, low, high.
It
I don't know.
can't
I don't
know how
golf
golf works.
Me either.
Joe
Can't
Biden
possibly be
cannot
that number.
quite possibly be this stupid. I've
Don't get me
seen
wrong.
stupider.
I don't fucking think that Joe Biden can play golf. He probably plays golf better than me, but I'm the worst golf player on the planet of the.
I
on
don't
the
think
planet.
he plays golf better than you.
Straight. I
Joe
mean, he probably does. I'm
fucking
really
Biden,
bad.
bro.
My swing is awful. It's dog shit.
Joe Biden, if he swings in a form that is good, I think his arm snaps off.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right, you know what? Fine. I'm the second worst golf player on planet Earth. And apparently Trump is like pretty good at golf, so at least he's
Well,
got
he
that
cheats
going.
though,
For him.
is the thing.
Oh, but I mean, like he can hit the ball.
Yeah, he
and
can
his
hit the
arm won't
ball.
snap off.
Yeah.
He's got some good power behind his swing, and I can respect that.
There was a YouTube video recently. He did Trump did a like he met up
He
with
made
a
a YouTube
golfing
video.
YouTuber
Oh.
and they like played a round of golf together.
Okay, yeah, but of course that's just going to be like incredibly biased
Yeah.
and doctored.
I
Okay,
mean,
cool.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw it on my recommended and I was like, in no universe can I click this. It's just not going to be, this is not a good use of my time.
Yeah, I just want to fucking vote for someone that I don't like actively feel bad about representing my country, because I don't even really like our country that much because of the political system. It's awful.
What's a country you do like?
I think Sweden's pretty cool.
Doing the Yakko's world in your head, trying to figure out what country.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them really aren't doing that well.
Haiti and Panama, Jamaica, Peru.
You know
what
let
I'm
me
talking
go
about?
through the Animaniacs.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's a good ass clip. Or I guess it's not a clip. It was just an American TV show.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
I don't know. I feel like every country has blood on their hands a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
You know, like fucking. I'm trying. What's the nicest country? Like Iceland, probably. They probably got
Iceland
some
would be
shit.
cool.
They had some union problems like 80 years ago, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure, but that was like 80 years ago. I feel like if you have problems and you fix them, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
You know.
I guess.
Well, not that it doesn't matter, but like I guess it depends on the extent of the problems.
But your past problems contribute to your karmic debt.
Yeah.
and when you face the end of your life, you have to confront it
That is true.
with open hands.
With open arms, it'd be accepting of the sins that you've committed or whatever.
And you say, "Father, I know I busted
a
in that
bad
man's
thing."
ass raw, and I'm
You say,
dearly
Father?
sorry for it."
Father, I did bust him a show raw.
Father,
And you know what, Father? I don't regret it. And he
Father,
goes,
the 7-Eleven was just closed, quite frankly.
Father was late. Said 24 hours.
There was nothing
They were
else I could do.
understaffed. They closed. It's not my fault.
Malia's not a bad kid anyway. Can you imagine Malia's a mistake?
No, there's no way.
Oh my god.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like if you
there's
have two kids, one of them has to be a mistake.
Really?
Just odds are.
I feel like 2 kids is like a very normal amount of kids to have.
I guess that's true. 2 kids is way more normal than 1 kid almost.
Yeah. I feel like you can't have just, well, I get like economically if you only want to have 1 kid,
Yeah.
but like I feel like in terms of raising like a good human being, it is so much better to have a sibling.
Yeah, like when you want to raise or when you want to start a family, you don't imagine 1 kid.
Yeah.
A family isn't 2 parents and a kid. That's like depression territory.
I don't know. I mean, it could be though. I mean, family's like up for.
That's a
interpretation
relationship and a
by
cuck
everyone.
chair. Am I wrong?
That's wild. Yes.
That is what it is, though, dude. I'm saying this. I'm an only child, technically.
Okay, I guess technically you are.
I have 3 brothers, but I'm an only child.
But you're like normal.
I don't think only children are statistically more likely to be not normal.
I would disagree strongly.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I feel like most of the people that I know that I really, not most of them, I'd say it's probably about 50% of people that I know that I really don't like are only children.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It doesn't mean that I won't like you if you are an only child, but a lot of people that I know and don't like just so happen to be only children.
Mm.
I feel like it's more of just like a...
Is this just a thing where like you don't like someone and then you're finding more reasons to not like them? It's like, oh, they're an only child. I knew something was up with them.
No, but like, it definitely, and also it depends way more on your parents. I think you can have 1 kid, and if you raise them correctly, there's like absolutely no problem. But like, for example, I have a cousin, and I know.
Everyone's got one hot cousin that you want to bust raw in.
Nope. So she's 9.
Okay.
So my cousin,
I take it back.
So my cousin, who is an only child, is what I'm referring to. She's 9. And she is definitely a little bit more on the spoiled side. And she is the only
she's
child
9, dude.
in her family. No, I know. So let me get there. My siblings fucking dog on her all the time. They're like, she is so fucking annoying. I'm like, guys, she's 9.
Yeah.
Her brain is like maybe a third of the way developed.
You actually only have the right side of your brain before you turn 13.
Yeah, that's true. You only have half your brain. So
you gain
can't
the
think.
other side when you become
Is artistic
a teenager.
the left side or the right side?
I have no idea.
Me either. Anyway. But yeah, and so they're always like, oh my God, like she's so spoiled. And to be fair, she is spoiled because whenever she asks for something, her parents are just like, okay. Because they don't have to like compete for attention with any other siblings. Like,
Yeah.
But like, I feel like you could just be like a good parent and like raise your kid to have manners and like not give them whatever the fuck they want whenever they want.
It's like the most boring take of all time.
I know, it's incredibly crazy. I don't know, man. I don't think it's not that I don't think that people like should not be allowed to have kids, but so many people just have kids because they like think that they should, and then they're like shit ass parents.
You know what I think it is? I feel like a disproportionately large number of only children are homeschooled.
Really?
Because I think if you have 2 or 3 kids, you're like, fuck, I can't teach all these kids. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's like not a thing that I feel like I would worry about if I was a parent. That's like why public school exists.
Well, yeah, only like crazy, insane people homeschool their kids, which is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. And if you're crazy and insane, then you just teach your kid to be crazy and insane.
You just teach your kid, yeah, you're like the vaccine fucking puts chicken nuggets in your eyes forever or something like that.
And your kid's like, oh, I'm hungry. Yeah, cool. I'm down.
I'm hungry all the time, always.
And I want to be looking at chicken nuggets all the time and I want to eat them.
And then they get a job at Chick-fil-A and you see them in the freezer just munching on shit when they're supposed to be on break. And you're like, personal. What? You're like, fucking Jerry, what are you doing back there, man?
I was hungry.
And he's like, huh? And he like pretends he was just like standing there, like leaning against the cooler.
He like wipes all the crumbs off his face.
Yeah, you could see the crumbs drop on the floor, and they make like loud sounds. Yeah.
Because they're frozen, obviously.
No, Henry, I was organizing shit like usual. I always organize stuff when I'm in the freezer.
Jerry, your skin is purple. How long have you been in here, man? It's been like a couple of minutes.
Only a couple of minutes, dude. It's not even that cold, honestly.
Yeah, it's not for me, at least. My family raised me in the Arctic tundra.
But I was born in Canada, so it's like not weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was born in the snow, actually.
I don't think it's bad to obviously like be an only child.
I was born in one of those
spoiled.
What are those like snow camels in Star Wars? You know what I'm talking about?
Tauntauns.
The tauntaun. I was born in a tauntaun.
Yeah.
I came out
of born and
womb.
raised. They confused me for one of the. They're not called Joeys because that's kangaroo babies, but we're going to call them Joeys for the sake of simplicity.
Okay.
I was raised in the sack like a Joey. And I was freed when I was ready.
Why are aliens always born in like sacs?
I think because we just see it as like a very foreign thing to like the human experience.
But aliens always are portrayed in a human way, but just not in that. Like aliens are always portrayed as humans with like limbs and fucking
like they're very humanoid
noses and shit, right? And they like shoot guns with ray guns and stuff. But then they're like aliens can never be pregnant for some reason. You never see an alien with a bump,
right?
And you're like, how far along are you?
They always bud off of each other, and they go, "Oh, how far along am I? I can be 0 to 100 right now. Check this out." And then they just like grow off of their arm. Yeah,
or the aliens like, "Oh, I'm so mad. I wish I could have a glass of wine right now, but I can't." You know what I'm saying?
The Surgeon General says I mustn't.
You know, it's like, why do aliens have to like lay eggs or whatever?
Yeah, that is kind of weird because they always are depicted as being like very humanoid.
Steven
creatures.
Spielberg, get on that one.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing, man?
Answer me. Has he made an alien movie? I don't know.
I just think it's difficult for us to like imagine like certain things outside of our like realm of knowledge, I guess.
I feel like it's not though. Or, well, I don't know.
I think sometimes it's hard to separate. Like
I can imagine stuff, but then sometimes I remember that other people can't imagine an apple in a 3-dimensional space with many details.
Is that really true?
Yeah, dude. I think some people legitimately, if you say imagine an apple when you close your eyes, I think they see. Some people are like, oh, it's like black and white and 2D.
I don't even have to close my eyes. I could just imagine it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, wait,
Some
let's
people
try.
just can't get there. Okay.
I'm still going to talk because obviously, this doesn't involve. Yeah, I feel like I could see it just as clearly.
I'm spinning around in your head clockwise. Can you do that?
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes again.
Okay.
Clockwise?
Clockwise, yeah. It's rotating.
Okay.
Can you imagine it's still but while it's still rotating, let's add stuff to it, okay? It's
Okay.
rotating. A worm pops out.
Okay. Is it pink?
It's pink. Worms
Okay.
are no other color. It has to be pink.
Well, I don't know, man. Sometimes they're like an inchworm is like green.
Wait,
Like,
okay.
like the bookworm sometimes, like the big round glasses.
When you imagine stuff, is it like in a black void? Or is it in
no.
like a room?
It's in a room.
What does the room look like? You could open your eyes, I guess.
Okay, thanks. I was imagining. I feel I don't know. I feel like there's always like a background. Like if I were to think about something, but it's not. It's like the kids' playroom in Smash Melee.
And there's like
It
rubber
starts
blocks
there
and stuff.
No, like something. It's always like the object and like on a table, and this is just because I spend way too much time in modeling software,
Right.
or it's literally just like a grid of like squares, like that you would find in like
of equal unit measurement.
yes,
Yeah.
and the background is white and the lines are gray, and then I imagine the object.
For me, it's just a black void.
I think it could be a black void if I wanted. Yeah, I mean,
Do you have? Is it like? Do you have like a lighting source, like in Blender, where you can move the lighting source around?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm just trying to understand the mechanics of it.
I think it's just interesting. Not that obviously all people think the same, because then like, we would all probably agree on most issues and whatever. But I just feel like the actual intricacies as to like how people perceive situations, like, it's just so different, like to the point where I like never imagined that it could be so like varied, I guess.
Yeah. Cause it's like you wouldn't imagine if you and someone else are in like you see you witness an act. Like both of you see a man stabbed to death and he dies forever and you're like, oh no, or whatever.
That's exactly how it would be.
Both of you will have like the same facts of how it happened, but the way you like totally internalize it in your mind is like, I have the void background and you have the equal unit measurement square grid.
Yeah.
But those differences make us think about the situation a little bit differently, I think.
Yeah, and think about how many like tiny little details of like, oh, well, like I remember the hilt of the knife being bigger.
Yeah.
And someone else being like, oh, I remember the blade being
Some
bigger.
people can move the light source and some people can't.
Yeah.
And some people are like, you see light?
Some people are like, you see?
You see? Yeah.
Or like some
being
people
blind? Holy shit.
No.
I couldn't do that.
Well, because think about it now. Like if you can imagine something in your mind, like if I was like, oh, imagine an apple, whatever, and then you see an apple. What the fuck would you do if you had no conceptual idea of what an apple was whatsoever?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you would either have to develop.
I think it's akin to like when you tell a computer like what a number is. Like there's just boxes that are like checked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are squares on the grid of the CPU that are lit up with electricity, and there are some that aren't.
Well, I think it's like, but if like obviously you'd still be able to like feel things. So I feel like you could potentially, like maybe. Like,
you get some idea of like what a thing is in space.
Yeah, like what it might look like, but really you have
you
no
can't
idea.
experience space really.
Yeah.
In terms of like understanding what it means to see.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think about.
I know. I can't. I think. I don't know. I know there's always like, not always, but like I remember when whatchamacallit, like the two choices, like red and blue button, whatever, like would you rather was like super popular when we were all, or at least I don't know, it was popular at my school.
Or there's like the would you push the button thing.
Yeah, like would you push the button? Like would you rather like lose? I don't know. There was always like would you rather like be blind or like be deaf?
Yeah,
I feel like a million times, like no matter what, I would pick to be deaf.
I don't know. That's tough. Not being able to hear is like, I I don't know. I guess then you can like interact with the world in like a more meaningful way, I guess.
If you can't hear anything.
Yeah. Because you still have an idea of what stuff is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on, like, if I was never able to see or never able to hear, like, from the start of my life, I feel like that might change my answer. But I feel like if I had existed my entire life being like, oh, you know, I can see and hear totally normally and fine and whatever, I feel like I would rather lose my hearing than my vision.
It's imagine rolling the D20 and you hit being deaf and blind at the same time.
Shout out.
Well, not shout out because they can't hear us and they can't see us either. So I don't know how they would find out.
Who's the deaf and blind girl?
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that some people like don't think that she's real.
Yeah, she flew a plane.
That did not fucking happen.
It did. It literally did happen.
Oh.
She put in the sim hours, dude. She got really good.
On Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah. I didn't realize this Microsoft Flight Simulator was like a thing when like during the NES and shit.
Really?
Not that old, but you know what I mean. Like they had a flight simulator that looked like Pilot Wings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool. Honestly, I'd be impressed if you told me it existed in like 2005.
I'm not sure if it was used as a tool for teaching people how to fly.
Yeah, like it is now. But
I would imagine there's some parallels that exist a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. More than like driving a car, I'm sure.
Yeah. That is
That's
crazy
so cool
to me, though.
Yeah. I can't imagine what life would be like if I couldn't. But I guess not hearing would also just like totally fucking suck because you would never know if anyone was talking to you.
Yeah, dude. It's weird to think about your experiencing of language is only through hand motions.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you quantify language if it's a physical thing instead of like words? You know?
Well, I mean, it's like the same. I think language is a physical, like, you know, like reading signs and like writing words and whatever. Like that's like a physical.
But like we understand each other through words that we're saying back and forth to each other. Like our speech is not a physical thing. Or I guess it's like a physical vibration in the air, which is how ears work or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
I think it would actually. And I'm sure that there are totally reasons as to why this doesn't exist, and someone way smarter than I am could explain this to me, and I will probably look into it eventually. But like, I feel like if we could make a universal language and that being sign language would be super cool. Like, you know, there's like American Sign Language. Like, why is it like American Sign Language? Like, are there different forms of sign? Like, I guess obviously because there's like different hand signs for like all the letters and not every.
Yeah. I think it's different
uses.
just because of like languages work different.
Yeah.
Like in Chinese or I guess Mandarin, you have like 20,000 words or whatever. And they're all like, you know, sometimes words are like combinations of like other words or like, you know, sometimes letters work differently and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's just difficult to put it all together. Like someone tried to, this is like Esperanto or whatever, right? Where they tried to make a language that is like universal.
Yeah, and it did
but
just not work.
But it's really just a like more complicated version of Pig Latin.
Oh. More than Pig Latin?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I feel like Esperanto is like it's like a Latin based language that was like supposed to be like the connector to every civilization or whatever.
Yeah.
But it just,
I feel like we just need to take
it didn't take off because like learning a language is like hard. Obviously. It is hard. Especially if like, you know, going between certain languages, like the sentence structure is totally different.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I still, since I have been back from Japan, have been taking like Japanese. That shit's so hard. It's so,
yeah, dude.
It's crazy. Like, not that obviously I expected it to be similar to English in any way. But they have like, I'm actually not sure if it's 3 or 4, but like 3 or 4 alphabets. And also there are like different contexts of like when each alphabet should be used.
The fact you don't know whether or not it's 3 or 4 says a lot.
Well, I know there's hiragana and katakana and like kanji. And kanji are all like Mandarin symbols. But I feel like there's a 4th one, but I don't know what it is. And also I found out from my friend that I met on the trip, I was like, your
little pen pal?
My little pen pal.
What's his name?
His name's Take. He's kind of the goat. But I was taking like a lesson and I was like doing a class on like how you should like order like food in like a restaurant. Yeah. And like the number 2 in Japanese is ni, like N-I, like romanized is ni.
Like I skinned my knee.
Yeah. But if you want to order food, like, and you were like, oh, I want 2
pizzas,
like 2 pizzas, you would say like pizza o futatsu kudasai. And futatsu also means 2. And I was like why? I was asking him, I was like, why is it like different? Why is it a different word?
Ni pizza des.
Yeah, like why isn't it just like can I please have 2 pizzas? And it's like, like ni pizza is like 2 pizzas.
Yeah.
But it's like you say, and also it's like weird because you like say what you want. So you'd say like pizza. It would be like pizza. Can I have 2, please? Would be like the direct like translation in English. It's just like so different.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is that? And he was like, oh, well, like it's the same word and the same characters. They're just pronounced differently sometimes. And I was like, what do you mean sometimes? And so also apparently within those 3 alphabets, there are also like 2 different pronunciation types of every character.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? Like, how do you even like, I feel like keep track of that even as like a native language speaker? And he was like, oh yeah, like students in Japan study Japanese like their whole life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm just never going to be able to.
This is what happens when your nation develops on an island away from everyone else.
I guess that's fair.
And when the Mongols show up and they try and hang out with you, they die in a tornado.
Yeah. They die in a tornado and they're like, oh, well, we'll keep some of your symbols too.
Yeah. You just don't get that. Like, you don't get to integrate with the rest of the world. I mean, Japan was like closed off for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like very, very.
And then America showed up with their big gun ships.
Let me tell you, there are a lot of Japanese words that just sound like American words if they were pronounced by someone who was doing a really, really bad Asian accent.
Like pizza des.
Pizza des. I mean, pizza's like pretty much it's just pizza.
Personal computer.
I think it's like there were like department stores like depato, and that's like that's like a real word.
That's really
I was like,
funny.
oh, dude. Or like I'll be like we called on the phone one time and he was talking about like coffee that he got and he was like Americano des. And I was like, oh, I can't do it anymore.
Sharpu cheddar.
Basketball is literally like basketball. I wish I was lying.
LeBron James.
What's his name? But it's just like so interesting.
Yeah, I fucked this in her bra. I'm trying to do Obama saying he fucked his wife raw.
Sex is just sexu. But it's just like so. I was like, what the hell? Like there's so many different influences of like other languages in Japanese specifically, and also I mean just like across the world. Obviously, I feel like we're slowly becoming more universal, but also we keep coming up with like new slang. So it's fucking impossible to learn any language.
Right.
But it's just cool.
We need to bring back fleek. We got to start saying fleek. On fleek again.
Oh, I'd be down for that. I'll join you.
You know what I'm saying?
This,
like, holy shit. This is on fleek, bro.
Eyebrows on fleek?
This
the
pizza
fuck?
des on fleek RN. Fire emoji. What?
I know for the rest of the week, you're just going to refer to things as this des. This pizza des.
That's what it is, bro.
That just means
Japanese, man.
This it's pizza.
It is though, is it not?
Yeah. This it's pizza.
Yeah, sex with my wife last night. It was on fleek.
It was on fleek. Senator Romney, the sex with my wife last night, raw, by the way.
Raw, by
That
the
shit
way.
was on fleek.
No condom. Did I mention that?
7-Eleven was closed. Kind of on fleek.
It's Obama, but he's really proud of fucking raw, but not that he fucked. Just that the fuck was raw.
Just that it was raw. Yeah. The fucking itself was awful.
He was like, whatever about that.
Michelle was not happy.
Michelle,
like, "Barack,
Michelle had
can
to
you-"
go into the shower and on fleek herself after.
Ew. Ew.
You know?
Yeah, I'm down to bring back on fleek, but I don't like it in that context.
Why not?
I don't want to unfleek myself.
I mean,
But I feel like that's fair.
okay. Well, we could call it something else.
No, on fleek is fine. I'll get over it. I'll adapt. I'll improvise and I'll overcome.
That's what you got to do sometimes in this small little world. You got to adapt.
I'll be like Bear fucking Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
That's like the British guy, right?
Yeah, he's like the natural. Hey guys, today I'm going to be walking through the wilderness, and oh my god, I've just found this glass on the side of the road. Who knew it was filled with my own piss? And then he drinks the whole thing on camera.
He drinks piss, right? That's like a thing he does like a lot.
Oh yeah, yes. I don't think it's been real like even once.
Do you think he's like into it? Or it's just like, this is like a fake survival thing that he's convinced himself is real?
I hope it's a fake survival thing that he's convinced himself is real. I
But
feel like there's
a solid shot that he's just into it though, right?
There's a solid shot that he's definitely done it. But I don't... Hey.
Well, he's drank his own piss like on camera, right? Like
Would
it's
I
not
do
a
that?
secret.
I don't know. Maybe.
Are you allowed to broadcast that on national television?
Apparently. He does it a lot.
Yeah.
So I would think so.
Do you think on like it's amazing?
I think on fleek all the time, dude. My thoughts are on fleek as fuck.
Like it's crazy that Naked and Afraid was allowed to be broadcast on television, right?
Well, yeah, I mean they censored it though, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but it's just like that's a crazy thing to just put on television.
Live TV that children can watch.
Right? Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to another
the video episode. Editors hated editing that because they had to like censor every frame.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Well, what do you mean? They just go over the brush tool.
That's not how it works, I don't think.
It's not.
I guess it kind of looked like that though. Like they didn't censor it. Like it wasn't like a black bar or like specifically pixelated. It was just kind of like airbrushed on there.
Yeah. But like I feel like maybe hopefully that wouldn't be bad. They could do like at least a little bit of body tracking to cut down on their workload.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like if the show started in like 2009 or something.
Yeah, so they were fucked.
Like that technology, I'm sure it was like there, but it definitely
wasn't as good as it is now.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It still was hell to edit that.
Oops.
But it's like crazy that because like on that show you like get malaria and shit, you know?
Do you think that was real?
Naked and Afraid?
No, I know that the show was like, but do you think they like actually got malaria? I don't really know that much about Naked and Afraid.
Not like malaria, but they would like get like some like really serious rashes and stuff like that.
Damn. Yeah.
Like from an ethical perspective, it's like
it's kind of fucked up.
Like some big television exec was like, yeah, this is good.
No, that's good. I like that one.
No, this shit's on fleek for real. We'll give them $2 million.
I feel like it depends on like the consent of the people participating in it. Like if they're like fine with it.
I guess you can consent and sign waivers for whatever you want, I guess.
And I mean, it would still be unethical, but
yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends though. Is it unethical if the person is like totally aware of what's going to happen and they're like fine with it?
I feel like maybe it's only the first airing of the first episode was unethical. And then everyone afterwards, it's like, you should have known what you were getting into.
Yeah.
You know?
You saw what happened. You should have been like, maybe that'll be me next.
Like you get fucking bit up by like termites in the middle of the night and shit like that. So, maybe
is that what it is though? Is it like Survivor? It's just like everyone is naked.
It's not, because Survivor is more of like a game. Like they do some like fucked up survival shit on Survivor.
Yeah, but Survivor's like Total Drama Island, but like not animated, right?
Yeah, but IRL.
Yeah.
But Naked and Afraid is like literally you get no help from, or I'm assuming you get no help from like production. There's no like game show element. It's like literally y'all are naked and you're on an island.
And you're scared.
And we'll be back
in the title.
30 days.
That's great. Well, but then how do they like film it?
There's like a crew there. But they're not supposed to like they're not supposed to like interfere, right?
I guess. But like I feel like they have to have like some,
but they're also given like their own cameras to film stuff, which is a lot of it.
Okay. But what if there was like an actual like medical emergency that someone needed?
I think they have like a crew on standby if something happens. But like if they wake up and they were bitten by like 10,000 mosquitoes last night,
and they just die,
then the crew doesn't do shit about that. They're like,
I don't know.
That's the
if that happened to me, I would die.
Yeah, from malaria probably.
Probably. Well, no, I don't think my immune system could take that shit. It's not very strong.
Yeah,
to begin with.
So
I'd keel over.
I don't know. I just feel like there's something there. I feel like there should have been, and maybe there was a controversy that I just don't know about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I feel like that should have never been
on like
approved
london.co.uk
by someone. Yeah, that's an American show though.
Or sorry, dailymail.co.uk. I don't know why I said London. It is, but I in the same vein, whatever that publication is, like the American equivalent.
But there is some like fucked up shit on like the BBC will air. Like there's that super old game show where it's like a dating show or whatever, where they reveal you from the feet and they keep going up, but you're naked.
What?
Yeah, have you not seen this?
Holy shit! No.
I forget what it's called. It's also a really old show, but broadcast on national television in the UK. It was
That's crazy.
They like pull up a curtain or something like that, and they'll start at the feet, and then they give you a little bit of legs, and then it's full on dick.
Wow. Was it like men and women or just men?
No, it was men and women.
Okay.
But I thought it would be funnier if I said
I guess that doesn't really matter. It's still kind of odd.
Yeah. Right. But that was just like if your kid could just scroll through the cable guide onto that.
Yeah. They talk about how like porn is more accessible than it ever has been now, which it is. But also I feel like they're sort of starting to crack down on it, like legislatively. But like, you know, you could still just like get a magazine or like apparently watch that show.
When was the last time you picked up a magazine?
Never. I'm just mean like, I don't think I've ever bought a magazine once in my entire life. Never have I looked at a tabloid and been like,
I gotta know what the queen did this week.
She's dead.
She went to work and she slayed? Question mark.
She went to Parliament and she fucking killed it.
The queen took a shit in the mother toilet.
The great British mother toilet. Of
course. Yeah.
One of my faves of all time.
The queen was on fleek.
Dude, Queen Lizzie was on fleek.
Oh,
bless her soul. Rest in peace.
She was on fleek and she was on nitrous.
King Philip, we need to go.
I keep saying nitrous. I don't know. It's just because the.
I think it's way funnier to imagine that Kanye West is addicted to nitrous oxide, so he just like takes it and he runs like really fucking fast.
Yeah, instead of laughing gas.
Yeah, that's like horrible.
It's like incredibly depressing.
It is sad, yeah. His brain decay is going to be wild.
Because he already had problems with like not taking his meds for all the other shit going on up there.
Yeah.
And then for him to just be on laughing gas for like,
I mean, it like sucks. I don't even know what you do to like help someone like that.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can. That it sucks. I feel like he's probably having the worst human experience right now. Not like out of all people, but I just mean like mentally, that's got to be fucking awful.
I know that laughing gas has to be the worst drug for you to take because Steve-O said that it was the worst drug he's ever taken, and he's been on basically every drug.
He has been on pretty much every drug.
So it's gotta be fucked up.
That's why Steve-O sounds like that.
I don't know why he sounds like that.
Because he's done every drug.
I guess so. I don't know. It just has a toll on you, all that shit that he does on Jackass.
I mean, hey, Steve-O, I think he's a good guy, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast or something.
He definitely does some crazy shit, but Steve-O's funny, man.
Yeah.
He's educating the youth on how to not do laughing gas, I guess.
Which is good of him.
I guess I never even like think about that. Did they ever talk about like in your health class in high school, like bath salts and shit?
No.
Never in a million years would I, as a kid, have ever thought that I could have gotten high off of sniffing a bath salt.
You know what I did know about though is the people would like sniff the Sharpies.
Oh yeah.
Or they would like this isn't like a drug, this is just stupid, I guess. But there was this one kid named who would like ground up Smarties and then snort it like it was cocaine.
That's wild. That's not even a drug. That's just bad for you.
That's just sugar into your nose.
Evan, you're not. Yeah, I would say, Evan, that's not going anywhere, my friend.
I think his grades showed that he did that also.
Yeah, right.
But
poor man.
If you're out there, I hope you're doing well, man.
I hope so too. I never.
Maybe
met you,
I should probably bleep
will.
out his name. I don't know.
His name is just. There's 7 bajillion.
No, I know, but like. You just want to be safe.
I guess that's fair. For the sake of the story, let's call him Kyle.
Okay. Oh, there's nothing else to say about Kyle.
Well, that was it.
He just grounded up Smarties. Which
so
don't make you
crazy.
smart, which is a little fucked up. It's kind of false advertising.
They don't. Well, I feel like it's more of like my teachers would always be like, "Oh, well, you guys have been a couple of Smarties, so here's Smarties." Like it would be like a reward for being smart, not necessarily they would make you smart.
You gotta remember, I don't know about drugs from like school and stuff because I went to Catholic school.
Well, I know that's
so
what I went
they
to public
wanted
school.
to make sure that we didn't bust raw like Obama. They were scared of that.
No condom.
Or
7-Eleven was
wait,
open
they
in this
want
case,
us to
and
bust
you
raw. They don't want us to use condoms
I don't.
because they're against that. You have to have children the traditional way.
Oh, right, yeah, right. Because you went to Catholic school.
Because I went to
my
Catholic
school was like fucking wear a condom all the time, even if you're not having sex. You should be wearing a condom right now in class in case someone wants to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Which they don't.
The internet is the great teacher for me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I learned about weed from Call of Duty commentary.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be honest.
stuff
I didn't
like that.
fucking... I don't think I know...
I learned about anal from a Minecraft storytime video.
That's so fucking funny.
When I was like, I had to have been like 10 or something. I don't remember.
That's so fucking funny.
That's... I want to say it was like Sunday or something, but it wasn't him.
That's fucking hilarious.
I wish I knew who it was now.
Oh, fuck.
But it was like a guy who was like, you know, he's like kind of theater kid about it. He's like, so I was in the bedroom with this girl and fuck, you know, and I was like, what if we try? And he was like, you know, trying to censor himself because it's like
Minecraft Let's Play.
YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, so we did the butt stuff. He called it butt stuff. I remember
That's
that.
crazy. So we, you know, the butt stuff.
So I put it in her butt, and you know, he's like being all waffly about it and stuff
That's
like that.
so funny. I learned about anal from a Minecraft Let's Play. Yeah, the internet
I'm
really
brave
is the
enough to
great
say
teacher.
that.
No, I think that's fucking awesome.
That's...
You know what? There are a lot of things that I feel like are internet, like sort of, like rites of passage for our age.
Yeah, beheading
watching-
ISIS video.
Right. Or like watching 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Yep. You still haven't
while-
gotten that one.
I still haven't seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
You should. We should have a movie night.
You want to watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup together?
Yeah, and we'll make popcorn.
I don't think I'm going to want to eat the popcorn. Isn't that like the whole point?
No, but it'd be a fun movie night.
It'd be kind of a fun movie night. And then afterwards we can watch the ISIS beheading. Which I have seen.
Yes, we need to do all the classic internet videos.
When you and I move in together after we graduate, that's what we should do.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Maybe afterwards we'll even watch It's Raining Tacos.
And then the duck song.
The duck song. It'll be so fucking awesome.
Oh, man.
That would be kind of really fun. We need to educate the new generation.
Yeah, yeah. We need
All you
to
guys
show
and your
them the
Sigma
classics.
and your fucking skibidi and whatever. Every time my brother talks, I'm
Well,
going to hit my
skibidi,
head with
it's
a
about
brick.
to be generational because they're making a movie directed by
No
Michael Bay.
No fucking way.
It's real, dude.
No.
Yes, they are in works making a skibidi toilet movie with Michael Bay as director. Because who else would be director for that? Snopes reported that it was true, dude. It has to be right. And also, I saw that the creator of Skibidi Toilet, Da Fuck Boom, which is a crazy name for a YouTube channel. First off, but they were copy striking the creators of Gary's Mod for having some of the assets in their game, which was like crazy.
Well, I know Nintendo did the same thing to them, dude. They made them take down literally everything in Gary's Mod that was like Mario related.
Yeah, but that's like understandable though. It's like if
they're the fucking worst.
No. I'm not defending Nintendo. I'm just saying, and Nintendo has a right to that intellectual property that they don't have to have.
Theirs, I guess.
Right. If they don't want it in Gary's Mod, then they have that power. But the Skibidi Toilet copy striking Gary's Mod is similar to like if I bought a Lego set and then I made a thing out of it and then I copyright striked Lego.
Yeah,
right? Because Gary's Mod is the
up.
tool set that Skibidi Toilet is made in. Like it's all just fucking. I forget what the like movie making.
The Source Filmmaker.
Source Filmmaker. Thank you.
Yeah,
it's all Source Filmmaker. But it's
I should just
crazy.
be accepting this instead of being a boomer and being like, "What the hell is this? Like, this is so fucked up and stupid."
Yeah. What, dude? You
like,
don't want to see the fuck boom succeed?
No, I'm sure he's great, or they, or she, or it.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck boom is, I'm sure they're a fine person.
It's just a crazy name to have.
I feel like it's fine. Based on the Source Filmmaker era of the internet and its popularity, I think that is a totally normal name to have.
What if your gamer tag was "the fuck on fleek"? Bust raw? Question mark. Like that's the same name.
No, that's way more. There's way more
that's a
to
fucked up
unpack.
name.
There's way more to unpack in that username than there is just in Da Fuck Boom. Da Fuck Boom is like the most like early internet like machinima sounding username I think I've ever heard. I think it makes total sense.
No, the machinima usernames are like Stampy Cat and Ant Venom and stuff like that.
Okay, maybe slightly post machinima.
Yeah,
it's different like.
We're
different
into the post irony phase of memes at that point.
Yeah,
where all memes are like a void creature, and they're like, "I want a donut."
Yeah, honestly, when was the original Skibidi Toilet video like made? I thought it was like early 2000s.
No, it was like 2022 or some shit.
Oh, it's not. It's recent?
Yeah, it's so recent.
I thought it just like blew up recently.
No, they like posted the first video, and then within like a very short amount of time, it just exploded. No pun intended.
Nice.
Because it's the fuck boom. But I don't know. I don't think there's there is like a book to be written about Skibidi Toilet at some point for sure. But I also at the same time don't think it's like noteworthy at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Skibidi Riz something. I don't know. Can we just move on from this? I don't know.
Yeah, before we do though, really quick, I did look up the Fuck Boom's channel just because I was curious. And their most recent video, which is Skibidi Toilet 77 Part 1, obviously. This video was only 3 minutes and 50 seconds long. It was posted 1 day ago. How many views do you think it has?
Like 20 million.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess 11. It is 11 million views. I don't think I could ever fucking fathom that.
I knew it was tens of millions because that's just all of them.
That's just so crazy.
Can you go to the playlist of all of them and then look at the first one? I swear like the first video is like less than a minute long and it has like 100 million views or something. Do they even get like ad revenue on that shit?
Honestly, I don't think that ads are turned on.
Like they have to, right? If they're doing 77 part 1, like there's you would only do that many parts if there's some gains to be made, if it was gainful. But I don't know, man.
This is great, dude. All of these have so many views.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think it's literally just fucking somehow this is on like YouTube Kids, and there's like some kid who's just they play the same playlist like 1,000 times every day.
I guess so.
Right? Because like somehow everyone knows what it is.
I mean,
somehow Stephen Colbert knows what it is.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking crazy.
Did you see the thing that they did on Stephen Colbert where it's skibidi Biden and it's Biden's head jumping out of the toilet or whatever?
No way.
And Biden
is it actually him?
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually Biden, but like it's meant to look like Biden, right? And he's saying something about Trump. I don't remember.
The top comment on the first skibidi toilet video is just, "You have set humanity back by nearly 50 years."
I don't think that's true. I think if anything, he's taken us forward.
I don't agree with that at all, but I don't think he set us back 50 years.
I think the fuck boom was on to something. I think he was on fleek.
He had to have been on fleek at least a little bit, because
little bit.
His ass gets millions of views on every video. Maybe I should be watching this shit.
Yeah, maybe we should do like a lore dump.
We'll do we'll do an unboxing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe there's something to understand here in the art that
maybe on my YouTube channel that I haven't posted a video on in like 2.5 years, I'm just gonna make a full recap of the skibidi toilet lore. And you want to know fucking what? It'd probably be 2 hours long, and I get 1 million views.
Yeah, dude, you would. It'd be so funny. It's like what's your last video? It's like what's the best day of the week or whatever. And then this one is
my most popular video, actually.
Lore.
2 hours skibidi toilet lore.
Oh my God.
I think my last video that I made before I stopped making videos was probably like 5 best at home haircuts.
Yeah, something like that.
I was kind of cooking with that shit.
You were kind of cooking. Bald goes kind of crazy still.
Some of those videos were actually, I've like gone back and watched them. Some of them are kind of funny. Not to toot my own horn, but
Hey, well, we since we're talking about millions of views, we should address the elephant in the Sahara.
Okay.
I guess I didn't want to say room. I wanted to be different, but that just doesn't make any sense. Have you seen all this stuff about? We talk about Mr. Beast a lot on this podcast for some reason.
I've seen all of it.
Have you seen all of it?
No, I've seen all of it.
Have you watched the Dog Pack 404 videos?
I watched the whole damn thing.
Oh, no. We're in too deep, I think. Maybe we
Did you watch the whole thing too?
I watched the whole damn thing.
Damn thing.
I was like, I gotta see this, man. I gotta see it.
Yeah.
First, it was like the Ava Chris Tyson thing, which honestly I don't even want to talk about because it's like pretty cut and dry at this point.
Yeah.
But
the only thing that just before we go though, not all trans people are bad, and that's all I want to say.
Yeah, that's I think all that needs to be said there.
Because fucking everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, Ava Chris Tyson is a pedophile. All people who are transgender are pedophiles. They're trying to run a pedophile ring. Shut the fuck up.
But apparently, there's more of that to come later. Says
what?
Dog Pack 404.
There's more.
He said in part 3, which is not yet uploaded, of his fucking.
Oh, I didn't know there was a part 2 yet. I thought there was just one video.
Oh no, there's a part 2 and a part 3 coming soon. TM, which is supposedly about pedophiles or something. I don't know.
I know there's like a lot of shit. There's been like a ton of leaked like Discord DMs between Ava Chris Tyson and Jimmy
Donaldson
Beast.
Jimmy Beast Donaldson.
I want to say Ava Chris Tyson is like her actual name.
Yeah.
Jimmy Donaldson Beast is just, you know.
I hate in articles when I read something about a YouTuber and it's always like Marquez MKBHD Brownlee. I hate that shit so much.
Ludwig, parentheses Ludwig. What's Ludwig's last name?
Agrin.
Agrin?
Yeah.
Ludwig.
Ludwig Mogul Male Ogren. No, the Mr. Beast thing is so interesting to me because it's like, I don't know. The first video was just like, it was kind of like there's some interesting parts in it and there's some not so interesting. I don't know what you thought about the Dog Pack 404 video, but it's like some of the claims he's making are interesting and like valid, but it's done in the worst way possible. Like, this guy is the worst journalist I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Really?
You know what I mean?
I would like you to elaborate before I chime
Like,
in.
he's trying to do this whole, like, content cop iDubbbz
he was very
throughout
much
the whole video, and it's, like, way over-edited for, like, how serious he wants the video to be.
That's what I was going to say. When you said that, that's what I mean. I didn't even know there was a part 2. I was kind of really hoping that the whole point of the video was like actually to debunk, like, not that I want Mr. Beast to be doing awful things, but like if it is happening and that is true, I would hope that he's just making the videos in order to inform people of, like, you know, nefarious action at Mr. Beast and co. But I feel like the way that it is presented makes it seem way more entertainment oriented than I feel like it should be.
Like, and he's taking it, it's like he takes a roundabout way to, like, get around to the stuff that, like, actually matters. I don't know, just the way it was structured, like, really bothered me, to be honest.
Yeah, the first video is like, what, like 40, 50
It's like
minutes?
an hour long, dude.
Yeah.
It's
I watched the
fucked
whole
up.
thing.
And it takes him forever. Like, the first couple claims of, like, oh, like, the videos are faked or whatever, he spent like 10 minutes on some bullshit being like, actually on the raft video there was a boat off screen that you couldn't see and they were sleeping on the boat. And it's like, honestly, I just don't give a shit. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
When you got to the illegal lottery stuff, then I was like paying attention. Like, that's interesting.
Like, oh, that's like a crime. Actually.
Yeah. It's also a thing that, like, every YouTuber does at some point, so it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah, well, I feel like,
I mean,
honestly,
like, it's bad, obviously, but
at
but
the
same time,
based on how he explained it, and not to come to Mr. Beast's defense here, but like, I don't know, even fucking, did you see Captain Sparkles made a video about this?
yes, dude.
Okay,
We were just talking about
like
the legal problems with doing, like, giveaways and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I feel like, honestly, after watching that, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was like sort of an earlier point in Jimmy Donaldson Beast's career where he did, like, unknowingly do that because, like, he just wanted to give out things as, like,
Yeah.
you know, a premium of, like, oh,
That's
you
what I'm saying. Like,
donated,
it's
or,
an
you bought
easy
merch,
trap
so, like,
to
I
fall
want to give you
into.
something. But it is illegal.
Yes.
But also, I feel like apparently he hasn't done it in a while, so maybe he figured out that it was illegal, and so he's like,
Yeah,
stopped.
at some point he, like, got a lawyer.
Yeah.
For sure. Because then there's, like, stuff in the description, like, after that or whatever.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, there's, like, the whole thing of, like, I know that there were still a lot of clips up, like, of streams where he did that, and they all got taken down, like, super quick. So.
And then there's also the stuff of, like, him forging his signature or whatever. And I'm like, man.
Oh, on, like, merch and stuff?
Honestly, I just don't, like, respectfully, I don't care, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with
like,
you,
if you think the authors of, like, books sign every book that they sell like that, you're, like, crazy, to be honest. And it's like,
I don't
the same
necessarily
thing
disagree
here.
with you, but I feel like
I think it's still wrong, but it's also like this
That's
is
what
just
I
a
mean.
fact of the world and how businesses operate.
Yeah, I mean,
the
he's
end of
just
the
a
day.
fucking busy guy, obviously.
I didn't care about the first expose video because I was like, oh, this is just some like everyone's just trying to hop on the train, the Mr. Beast downfall train right now or whatever.
Yeah, dude, oh my god, I watched the one video and I got recommended like fucking immediately like 8 more.
There's like a million people trying to do this, right? Because it's Mr. Bean and he's big and he makes he gives away $100 million or whatever. But then the second video was like a lot more serious. Like it wasn't like trying to optimize for like fucking watch time or whatever. Like it was a normal fucking video taken seriously with actual allegations where like the whole point of it is this guy who was he worked for Mr. Beast for a bit, and he was like in some videos. And he talks about how he was in this video where it's like you're trapped in a room for 100 days or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like
it's all you have to like. It's like every day they take away one thing in the room or whatever. So he had like a hot tub and like an ice cream machine and stuff like that. But then he was just like clearly this was the first time they were filming the video, so they just fucked up a bunch, and they didn't turn the lights off when he like went to sleep, which is like a war crime.
Yeah, that sounds fucking awful.
And stuff like that. He's just dealing with all these like mental issues and stuff like that. It was just a horrible experience. And that kind of thing. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, this is like some real shit is going on here.
Yeah.
And then part 3 is supposed to be a bombshell, which I hate that this is turned into like, I hate that it's 3 parts. Because now it's like a TV show instead of
that's what I mean.
Issue.
Instead of it just being like a publication about like, oh, this is shit that's happening and you should know because it's bad.
This shouldn't be a YouTube video. It should be a New York Times article, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it should be a YouTube video because I think it'll reach way more people and like the audience that it should.
Yes.
If it's a YouTube video.
I just mean
like,
that it should be taken as seriously as that, given there are allegations that like, why are we spending time on like forged t-shirt signatures when there's supposedly other stuff that's happening that is way more serious than
way
that.
Worse.
This just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and you don't have to fucking save it towards the end because it's like juicy gossip. Like just fucking talk about it.
Which is why I was annoyed that the first video is all like these jump cuts and trying to like optimize retention and shit like that, and it's edited like an old school YouTube poop kind of.
And
and there's all these like cringy jokes and stuff. It's like, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah, I get that you're like, you know,
and you can put in like the corner of the video like, oh, I don't make all of this money goes to charity from this video or whatever. I still don't care, right?
Yeah,
like you're still
like
doing this for attention to some degree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I feel like owning up to it is like would make it at least a little bit better.
I agree, but it's all just still it gives you a bad aftertaste in your mouth at the end.
There's just like an aura of like disingenuity. Yep.
Disingenuineness.
Disingenuineness.
Of evil, there's an evil in the air about it.
There's a maleficent aura in the air.
People study English for their whole life, man.
They do, and I have studied it for 21 years, and I'm still not very good at it.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like, man. I think the whole thing realized I should just probably uninstall Twitter at some point.
Dude, I'm so glad I never... Well, maybe I should get on Twitter, but I'm not right now.
I think it's a circus, for sure. Yeah. It's the everything app. I don't know what else to say about Twitter right now, but
you can apply for jobs.
Grok is there, yeah.
And hey, you know what? I can't think of another app that has their own Grok
forever.
But yeah, that is kind of fucked up. I don't know. The whole Mr. Beast thing. I hope that none of it is true.
It's also
but not
weird because it's like a company.
Yeah, well, and I don't hope that none of it is true because it's like, oh, I love Mr. Beast and he makes such good content. Mr. Beast content is like, it's fine.
It's like mid-tier reality TV slop, which is already like F-tier content in general.
I could do without it, but also I know a lot of really young people really like to watch it, so it doesn't fucking matter. And he is really popular for a reason, and obviously he wouldn't have 305 million subscribers if people didn't like his videos. And I think he does do a lot of good. The thing that I was actually more bummed about is that like the allegations about how like a lot of contestants on his shows and
there's like the Amazon Prime show stuff that has been coming out where contestants were
where contestants
it was like
it
was an 8-hour long shoot and we were out in the sun all day and they didn't give us any water and fucking people were mean to us and shit.
I mean that, but also like in the case of like I know he was talking about like, oh, like a bunch of people in like Mr. Beast like challenges and videos and whatever are just like staff of like Mr. Beast's company or like, oh, this is like, you know, fucking Chandler. I know it's like someone on the Mr. Beast team. Like, oh, this is Chandler's cousin or like Chandler's brother or like Chandler's sister-in-law or some shit. Like they're all people who have connections to Mr. Beast, or like a lot of them are, or a lot of them are just like his other YouTuber friends.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not really very into the space, so I don't fucking know any of these people. But I don't know. I feel like if he does convey this message of like, oh, well, you know, like this video and buy my merch and you could be in a Mr. Beast video. And then like, there's no one in the Mr. Beast video that's actually, you know, gotten onto the show and like sort of received the reward.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that's disingenuous.
Like the grand prize. I mean, it's not disingenuous if all of it is like stated beforehand. If they're like transparent behind it, then it's like whatever, right? But it's this air of authenticity that isn't actually there, which is annoying.
And honestly, maybe it is. I have watched 1 or 2 Mr. Beast videos in my whole life, and one of them was I hired a private like spy to kill me. And then,
it's like I hired an ex-bounty hunter.
I hired an ex-assassin to assassinate me, and if I live, I get
that guy wasn't an assassin, dude.
He was definitely not an assassin. I actually hope that he wasn't an assassin. But like stuff like that.
It's like that video of the guy reacting to Hitman gameplay, and he's like, "I'm an actual bounty hunter."
Oh yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that."
It's like you fucking
the banana peel on the floor. That's actually a really underrated strategy. Not a lot of people think about that one. Straight off the balcony, it looks totally like an accident.
Or there's the one where you put like a bomb in a golf ball, and you like get the guy to play golf on the roof of a skyscraper, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I mean, it's an obscure strategy, but I would have done that if I had the tools." It's like, what are you talking about, man?
No, you fucking wouldn't.
That's the guy who's in the Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, that is true. I hope that none of it is true, just for the sake of like, I want Mr. Beast to be like an icon for good that kids can look up to, since that is a majority of what his audience is. And if it's not, I'll be sad. But also, if he is doing shitty things, I think that he should obviously be punished. So
honestly, it's crazy to me that everyone on the internet like thinks about it as much as they do. Like there's this much discourse about it, because honestly, it affects like none of the viewers at all, right? Like the main people affected by all of this shit that happens is just like his employees and stuff.
Yeah.
Like whether or not they have jobs and
yeah.
You know, obviously like
sucks.
There's some allegations of like workplace shit going on, I guess.
Well, I know too, like after that video came out, I went and I like checked the most recent Mr. Beast video, and I was like, holy shit, dude. I wonder if he's like not doing well or like tanking or anything. And he's up like 2 million subscribers, and his most recent video still has like 50 million views.
Yes, but it has 1 million dislikes.
Okay.
I mean, but like, you know, like dislikes don't mean anything, but it is interesting when like you see usually like the like to dislike ratio on a video is like 99-1. For it to be anything other than that is like bad.
That
you know,
is
some
crazy,
shit happened.
But I also think that the people who would dislike that video is not like the core audience who would normally watch a Mr. Beast video, and like it's 1,000 people who went to his channel and watched it and disliked it because they heard about the drama. Not 1,000 people who are fans of his, or 1 million people who are fans of his who watched it and they were like, "Oh, you're so shitty now."
I guess that's true, but there was also talks about like how the video was just bad by Mr. Beast standards in general.
Oh,
so
well,
I think that
I don't know. I didn't watch the video. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. There was some shit where the like, I don't know, the editing's weird and stuff like that, and people are being nitpicky for like no reason, to be honest. But
well, yeah, because they want to hate. We love to hate and complain.
I love to hate. It's great.
Hey, I love to hate too, but I only love to hate when it's warranted.
I just think Mr. Beast, he should be nice.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm saying. I hope that it's not true, because I think
it's interesting that like we're in an age of drama being like a product.
Yeah, and not
instead of being treated as it should be treated, as like a serious
as an
issue that like HR should have to deal with.
Yeah,
I don't know if Mr. Beast has HR, but he should.
Yeah, that like people's careers as like, you know, journalists and YouTubers are popping off, and like they're making a shit ton of money from writing stories about like how Eva Chris Tyson is a pedophile and Mr. Beast is a scam artist.
It's fucked up that we have to hear about this from Keemstar and Dogpack 404. Like, who the fuck are these people? You know what I'm saying?
Well, we all know Keemstar. But
Well, we don't want to know them. My life would be better if I didn't know them, frankly.
I think mine would be the same.
Okay.
I know who he is, and I just know who Keemstar is, and I know what he looks like. I've never watched a Keemstar video in my life.
That's good. I don't think anyone should, to be honest.
Well, I'm gonna continue to do that then. Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. What are our... Let's wrap up our thoughts in a nice little bow.
I think pedophiles are bad. I think that you should be nice to people. And I think that giving your money to causes that you care about and that benefit people in your community is good, and that you should do that. And if Mr. Beast is genuinely doing that, I think that's great. But if he's not, then I think he sucks.
Let's shout out one YouTuber who isn't a pedophile. And hope it doesn't age bad.
Nope, can't think of any.